Mike, how do you expect the team to come out in this game tonight?
I expect the exact same response they had to us last game. Come out with a sense of urgency. A little bit of anger, emotion, all those things kind of tied in there. Guys don't like losing, especially at home the way we did. So it was an embarrassing way to go out, but guys are gonna be ready to go.
You guys have done pretty well after losses, particularly double-digit losses. Anything in particular do you attribute that to?
We've just responded in whatever way that meant, for that particular game. Anytime we take an L, we take it hard as a team. Coach really comes in, pretty adamant about changes we need to make or certain performances or certain guys that need to step up. He'll make sure everybody knows who that is or how we need to perform as a team. So guys come in ready the next day.
What does you the most about Ant's footwork at you?
I think the biggest thing is his balance. His footwork is strong, it's put together, but he has great balance in everything he does. He never gets rushed. He never has to take a shot he doesn't really want to have to take. And he's strong enough to get that off. He's strong enough to do that. And that's the most impressive part about him. Is that he can get into a lot of different spots on the floor where most guys travel or have to pick up their dribble and do something crazy. He just takes his time, finds his feet, and gets a shot off.
Mike, where do you think Nikhil's game has progressed since you first were with him in Utah?
In every area, honestly. The biggest thing, I think, is his defensively. I think he really bought into who he can be as a defender. Not just a good defender, but an elite, great defender in our league. And, that's carried over to his offensive game, giving him confidence to take control of the moments he does touch the ball and the spots he touches the ball, like where he can be effective behind the line, in the paint, making plays for guys. But his work ethic speaks for itself. He's been working at it, for the last few years, and it's starting to pay off.
What do you think?
Do you think that was like a switch that came on for him when he got here, or could you already see that happening in Utah?
The work ethic was always there. I think the switch really clicked when he got here. I think when Fitchy and our team kind of surrounded him and said, hey, you're going to have to play. Jaden's out. We had Nas out. We had, a lot of rotation minutes there for guys to play, and we're going to rely on him. And I think it gave him even more confidence, even more will to do what he does. A little bit of a longer leash to get him accomplished, and he's been able to handle that with a lot of grace and whatever he's been doing.
What do you think of the pick he took the other night, and do those things carry over from one game to another in a series?
For some people, I know for Nikhil it probably does. So he might run into a few screens on purpose tonight. You never know. So it's a physical game. We know it, and we all get hit with those screens. We all give out those screens to people. So I know he'll be ready just like the rest of us.
Mike, as somebody who's winning a billion playoff games, how much harder is it in the postseason to separate process from result? If you guys got McLaughlin 2 wide open threes, he can make them. He just didn't make them the other night, but you say that's still good process even though he didn't make them.
Yeah, you do have to. There's a fine line to it. There's playing bad. There's not playing with enough energy. Then there's doing the right things and not getting rewarded for it. You're making the right cuts, making the right reads, not making the right shot, not making layups, free throws, stuff like that. Like they're all things that we can control. Those things we can control, and that's the beauty of this game. Is every night you come back, there's something that you can improve on, and for our team, and we just have to find that, draw that line, and say, hey, this is what we need to get better at. This is what they adjusted to, and this is also what, as an individual, it's like, hey, we're gonna make that shot. Like Jordan, you're gonna make that shot. So it'll be good.
For yourself, if you miss a couple again in a playoff game, does it feel like even bigger than if it wasn't a game in March?
Yeah, it's interesting. For me, it doesn't, because it feels like every game is like your last game. It's like you got to give. If you shoot 1 for 10, who cares? Like the stats don't matter to us at this point. It's like it doesn't matter at all. Can we win the game? Like that 11-3 might be the 3 that puts me or the team over the top for the game. So you just can't think of it as, in the regular season you can think like, I want to have a good percentage for the whole year. I want to have this, that, and the other. But playoffs, man, it's just we win by any means necessary.
How different was Game 3 called than Game 2?
A little bit different. A little bit different. And honestly, that's on us. We have to recognize, when games are different, when the crews are different, because they are all going to be different every night. We're a physical team, and like I said, when we're able to play physical, we can, put hands on you, we can, bump you out of positions, and we can, just kind of control the game a little bit better. But when we're getting in foul trouble and a lot of our guys aren't able to be out there that we need out there, it's tough. So we just got to be smarter as a unit and recognize those games when it happens.
After game 3, a couple guys said, talk to the guys about steps. It's kind of like the later on the defensive end that they should have been warning where that is. They didn't do it.
We kind of do it by committee, but most times, it's Rudy, it's the guys behind us that talk the most. Whoever's on the back line can see what pressure you're applying or not applying. They can see, the actions that are being run, things we need to do, where the spacing's at. So our big guys do a lot of the talking, trying to get us in the right spot. But as guys who played a long time, we can also recognize it's really important to call each other out.
Mike, I know you were here in 2020, but I just wonder, as somebody who was really involved in the community in Memphis, right? What can this team and this organization bring? Because it's coming up on 4 years since the killing. Like, what can they bring to kind of let people know that even in the midst of this playoff run, we see you here?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think sports kind of is a way to bring people together. All shapes and sizes, different races, backgrounds, everything, social differences. Like, it's just a way to get people to bond on something, one thing together. And if we're able to continue to shine a positive light on this city, on this state, bring joy to people around the state. I think it can just mean a lot for the communities. It's been a lot for those people who've been through so much in the last 4 years or so, and even before that. But hopefully the Timberwolves, an organization who always have been really engaged in the community, uses this time to really kind of double down and impact them as much as possible.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yep.